So, Mr. Bobblehead, why do you think people get stuck at the break-even stage? So my name is Raja, I'm founder of Dominion Markets and Dominion Funding, and I want to tell you a story. Now, this story is not going to be something about some trader who won big and he lost less, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a story about me. When I first started, I knew that all I have to do is to make a trading plan. And I believe everyone can make a great trading plan. Everyone has the ability to make a very, very profitable trading plan. But very few people have the ability to follow that trading plan. Now, let me tell you what happens when you start to follow your trading plan. When you follow your trading plan, you get stuck at a break-even stage. In the beginning, when I first started, I was wildly profitable. I'm not going to say I was losing in the beginning. I was wildly profitable. I was making money the first 5 to 6 months. I made money. And when I made money, and now you got to understand this, whenever you're making money that way, something inside you tells you that if you have a job at the same time, and if you're making, let's say like $3,000 or $4,000 from your job, and now from your trading, you're making $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, or let's say even $2,000 a week, you start to think, man, I have really broke out of this matrix, as they would say. But you say that, okay, now I'm going towards a path of financial freedom. Because when you open up your chart and you take a trade and you win some money, I would say in the beginning, whenever you win some money, those are accidental wins. And when you have those accidental wins, you start to think, man, this is a money printing concept, a money printing machine I have, which will continue on making money. And then you start to make these plans. You start to make these plans about these wild vacations. You start to make these plans about, retiring your parents and this and this and this and that. And then after a while, that honeymoon period of making money comes to an end. And what happens when that honeymoon period comes to an end? You start to make more losses. You start to make losses, and the strategy that you were following in the beginning, you start to question that strategy. You start to think, man, I had the strategy, I was following the strategy, I was making money in the beginning, but now I'm not making money, I'm losing money. And as you're losing money, now you start to look at other people who are making money and start to think that, okay, maybe I need to learn that from that someone. Maybe I need to learn that new strategy, or that ICT, FVG, LLC, LTD, whatever that is. You start to focus on learning those strategies, but at the same time, you're stuck at that break-even stage. And I was stuck at that break-even stage as well. For a very long time, I was stuck at the break-even stage. And while I was stuck at that break-even stage, I did a lot of things which you traders are doing right now as well. I was bouncing from mentors to mentors. I was bouncing from strategies to find that next breakthrough that's going to make me money again. Right, Mr. Bobblehead? That's what happens. But what I realized is, at that time, I needed to look at my history. I needed to see that, okay, what was happening? Because I can guarantee you this, as you're watching this video, open up your history. Open up your history, trading history right now. Open up your trading history if you're consistently losing. And what you will find out, you will see that you have more losses than your winners. You will find out that your losses are way bigger than your winners. Right? And if your losses are way bigger than your winners, it's not like your strategy is not working. It's maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe as price comes to your stop loss, you're removing the stop loss. As price comes to your stop loss, you're extending your stop loss, because at the same time, you're winning the same amount. Let's say you have a $1,000 account and you're aiming for $50, $80 or $100. And if you're making $50 consistently, but you're losing $200, or you're losing $100, or you're losing $70, that means your losses are way bigger than your wins. That's where you're stuck at the break-even stage. It takes a very long time for you to realize this, that, okay, if my losses are bigger, what do I have to do? There's one thing that people focus on when your losses are bigger. Whenever your losses are bigger, you try to say that, okay, maybe I need to have bigger wins.